Salut pour tous et soyez les bienvenus dans le programme Planète Équitable avec Ed Zanetti. I welcome all of you to our YouTube channel. This is a space that we have for discussing environmental issues. And this is a material that I'm sharing with you to talk about the deforestation con. Yeah? You gotta be aware of what's going on and the blackmail that some evil intended people are trying to promote. This is a blackmail that people are doing in order to promote this deforestation con. And I want to call your attention to those mob films that we saw in the cinema. You know, the Hollywoodian ones talking about this mob and how it acts in the neighborhoods. What happens is that that mob guy goes to the little commerce, to the people and says, okay, this is not a safe place for you. There are a lot of robbery going on here, a lot of criminality going into the neighborhood, so you must pay me. If you pay me, I will avoid that this violence comes to you. And this is the same con behind deforestation. The same mob is acting, and they are saying, okay, there are people coming to destroy the tropical forest. Pay me, and I will avoid this to happen. This is a con, right? Nothing is happening. This is blackmail. People are just trying to convincing you that there is a destruction going on, that criminals go in those tropical regions, and that you have to pay them in order to avoid this destruction. So this is not happening. The UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, studied this theme and realized that the land use intensification promoted by men and women are the solution to climate change, actually, because this is a simple fact. They are enhancing, improving photosynthesis, and by that increasing productivity. And this productivity means that the different land use are changing the atmospheric CO2, the fumasse, into useful products for the society, into grains, fibers, oils, proteins that feed, house, and dress all humanity. So this is the solution to climate change, actually. When you intensify the land use on the tropical areas, you have as a result the increase on removals of CO2 from the atmosphere, and of course all the social and economic benefits that are attached to that. So to give you a clear idea what's going on in the tropical areas, when you have an increase on temperature and increase on CO2 levels in areas that are not managed by human, the fully protected areas, we are losing trees. They are dying. It's the same thing that happens in the cities. When you have an increase in temperature and an increase on air pollution, old people die. And the youngsters as well. So the ones that are more susceptible, fragile to these harsh environmental conditions. What is happening in tropical areas, at unmanaged areas, is that we are seeing a loss of old growth trees. Old trees are dying, and we are having a spread of secondary vegetation together with a lot of zoonotic disease, and also you see COVID-19, influenza, all of that come from tropical areas that are unmanaged. On the other hand, when we manage this forest, an unmanaged tropical forest area is actually generating liquid emissions into the atmosphere due to this loss of tree biomass and the increase of secondary annual vegetation. So we have an overall reduction of tree biomass and the salinization process. On the other hand, when you have a fully cultivated tropical area, let's say by native tree species, you cut down, you do clear cuttings, and then you regrow, you replant with improved native species, you have 30, 40 times more CO2 removals than you would have with a unmanaged natural forest. So this science this land use cultivation science that human beings apply to the land result on an increase on the photosynthetic level, on an increase on productivity, and therefore an increase on supplyment of goods and services that are useful to society. So that is actually the solution to fight against climate change. And these people that are blackmailing you, telling you that there are some people coming to destroy the forest and you have to give them money to stop that, they are just, con people. They are trying to defraud the system. They already did it. You know what happened with Verra. That they defraud all the system by overestimating greenhouse gas emissions. It's exactly what you do when you attribute the deforestation rates to what actually is land use intensification. Land use intensification is the solution to the fight against climate change. And deforestation, it is a minimum. We have minimum marginality on rural areas. We have people willing to work the land, people that need to work the land to survive. And these people, we should not stop. We should promote them so they can increase these photosynthetic levels on the tropical areas, and therefore the contribution to remove CO2 from the atmosphere and increase the social and economic benefits of adequately, sustainably use the territorial, producing the environmental quality of land use intensification meanwhile. Okay, so this is our main message here. Be aware that people are blackmailing you with the deforestation con, and land use intensification is the solution to the fight against climate change. I hope this material helps to increase the discussion of the team of REDDWASHING against the CDR, the carbon dioxide removals. Carbon dioxide removals produce 30, 40 times more benefits than REDDWASHING projects, and much of what is behind the REDDWASHING project is actually greenwashing, is a con of people that are trying to create this destruction that is not happening actually. So it's just blackmailing against productive areas. So I hope this helps the overall discussion and make you very aware of what's going on in tropical regions around the planet.